Some research from Sinovate in the US, they say it's up to 64% of companies when you call them, or actually when they called them in their research, they didn't pick up, which I think is a bit high. I mean, that's really a bad sign if it's that high. So we actually commissioned some research in the UK, and we called 500 companies from all sorts of different categories in different cities, different time of day. And this is what we found. So thank God, 65% do answer the phone. 10% have an interactive voice response. This is this nice music thing you hear. And then 15% you get the answering machine. 6% don't answer at all, and 4% have a busy sign. So from a caller's perspective, if I call a company, I want to speak to someone. I don't want the answering machine, I don't want it busy, but I want to speak to someone. So in other words, 25% of these calls, of that call sample, indicated non-successful calls. And here's actually some statistics from live data. The worst performers in not answering phones. They should really get an Oscar. This is actually from live data in Austria, based on our service that we launched there just recently. So you can see telecommunications companies are really bad at picking up the phone. Interesting. Car dealers, real estate agents, pubs and restaurants, companies in the electronic sector, banks, tax advisors, lawyers, medical doctors, hairdressers, all sorts of other organizations, restaurants. So those guys are the hit list in not picking up the phone. And now let's ask the user. Do you actually experience that problem? And what do you do, or what would you like to have as a solution to, when you can't get through to a company? So we commissioned some research to ICM, research in the UK. Again, a sample of 500 calls. They asked people, imagine you're trying to call a business, but nobody answers, and the phone keeps ringing. Let's assume there was a service that could connect you to an alternative business at the touch of a button on your phone. There's no premium charge for this. Would you use the service? That was a very, very vital question for us. And that's the result. So we gave them different scenarios. We said, if it's a really urgent situation, you need that taxi, they don't pick up. 63% said, yes, I would use that service to get connected to another taxi. If it's a first-time call to a company to maybe inquire for a new insurance, 42%. And then interestingly enough is that people who had done business previously with the company and they called them and didn't get through, even there 38% would say that they would actually use that service. With that in mind, I will move over to the real world. That was just concepts. And I'll talk about what we have launched in Austria in March. So it's brand new, actually. We've launched a service called Yellix. That's the consumer brand name. It's a small application that sits on your phone. And all it does is two things at the moment. One, it identifies unknown callers in real time on an incoming call. So it's a caller ID automatically. And it displays relevant alternative merchants if a business does not answer the phone automatically. And our partners in Austria are Herald from European Directories Group, and there we get the Yellow Pages data, and Compass Group with Auskunft.at, and they provide the white data here. The service runs on all networks in Austria. And here you see the advertising jingle that we have, basically advertising the who's calling activity. So it's ringing here. She's wondering who's that. And she sees it's Brad Pitt. Yeah, I'd pick up the phone as well. What you see down here is Orange was actually one of the first carriers who integrated us in their mobile portal, Orange World. And nicely, they put us in front of Google and Yahoo. Don't know if you see that. So that's this. And let's actually move into seeing how this works live. There we go. So this is someone trying to call Pizza Bizzi. It's a pizza place. And not picking up, waiting, that's the real user experience. You wait. And then what happens when you finally hang up, and it's really quick. It works, by the way, on 2G and 3G networks on both. So there's even a timeout because it keeps ringing. Then you get this is the pop-up asking, do you want to call that same pizza place again? Or, by the way, here's 3 other pizza restaurants. You can choose one, look at details there, you can save it to contacts, or you can simply make a call and order pizza from the other place. Very simple. I actually like to hear today from Truvo that it's all about simplicity. I think this is really simple. So the next one is when you see the... there it is. Thank you. This is the caller ID. So as soon as the call comes in, there's a pop-up saying searching. And then you saw it found it really, really quickly after 2 rings. Now it says who's calling and from what place the person is calling, and it shows actually where it was found. In this case, it was found in Auskunft.at. If it was a company calling, it would be Herold. If you missed the call, then it states when the call came in, who called, where the person called from, again, what the source is, in this case, Auskunft.at. You can save it, you can call back. Very simple. And the user doesn't have to do anything. It automatically happens as the call is coming in.